Okay, good morning, everybody. Trust all is well. Wednesday, February the 25th. I'm just going to do the live room summary. I was a little bit like a kid in the sweet shop. Lots of opportunities out there. Lots of trading with the trend today. Lots of trades with the 60-minute 20. Okay, so been a good trade. It all came down to money management and on where you banked, what percentage you banked. Some banked 50%, some banked all, some banked 30%, 75%. You all had your individual and private means of why you get into, let's say, euro dollar. You make 30 pips and you're just happy with that. You either bank 100% or you go, actually no, I'm going to run 50% and bank the other 50% if it just falls back a little bit. Just depends whether you want to actually be in the market for a longer period or not. The best way, what I like about London Open is spread the risk. So I look at 2, 3, 4 setups maybe, and then look at 30, 25, 30, 40 pips on each trade, and then bank 50% initially, and then just watch the market very closely. If it continues to power up, then I obviously stay with it. If it starts to fall back a little bit, I then close out that remaining balance. So we looked at dollar Swiss today. I know if you guys went to this dollar Swiss break of that daily pivot, that 116 level, that 15-minute 50, looking for that break back down through here. Obviously, for those now who've still got 25% of their stake or whatever it might be, what happens? Your CCI was oversold, needs to pull back. That's what it's doing. It's pulling back here. So it's so important to bank. I'm thinking most guys got in about 90 or 85 level. We're back now to where we were. But the important thing is, for those guys in the live session, they made their 25, 30 pips on a percentage of their trade. Okay? So let's go and have a look at sterling across the board. Let's just look at my beloved sterling. The yen is now, I'm going to come on to sterling, just I want to start with dollar yen. You can see dollar yen. It looks toppy here, yeah? So with it looking toppy, we thought, well, we can't really trade it. It does look like it's going to pull back. Yes, the hourly 20 is trying to hold. It has been going up for so long. Look at it. It's had a good run. But the question mark is this 60-minute 20 is going to start breaking down at some point. Question mark is, when do you get into it? Okay. Same with sterling yen. Again, we didn't fancy our chances at the moment. It does look the weakest it's looked today so far. Look how it popped up, sterling yen with sterling initially today. Above 141.50, popped up to where? ML1 level, now pulling back. There is definitely some signs of pullbacks. They are going to go at some stage. Is today going to be the day? Dollar yen is definitely looking. Look at the crossover. It's starting to cross back through there. Okay. So let's have a little look at our pound dollar. That was giving us insight into where sterling was going to go today. But again, we didn't want to touch sterling yen because of the risk involved. But we talked about, as per the notes, the break of that 50-55 level. Some guys got in before that. Stop loss below the 60-minute 20. You're above the daily pivot. The shape of the 60-minute 20 was coming. The squeeze was on up to the DR1 level. That was the play. Good break. Good 50 points or so on that trade. Some made more because some got in earlier, preempting this break at the 50-point level. Again, up to you at that stage, but again, you know the risk. It would have cost you 30-odd pips if you got it wrong. But again, overall, a tidy looking trade. Trading against the dollar. Okay, so we talked about sterling Swiss, but again, this trade never materialized, but I'll bring it into the picture. We talked about, well, sterling yen was going to looking weak at one stage. We thought, well, if this starts to break through the 25 level, through this previous low, it might be worth a little play down towards that. But again, that level never got broke. With sterling popping up, sterling Swiss found support, so didn't trade sterling Swiss. But let's have a look at euro dollar. Euro dollar was a big one on the euro side of. This is what a lot of people. Andy's got in at 24. Others got in between 20, 25, 30. The actual high there was 42. So again, getting in at 25, let's say as an example, your stop loss where? Below the low, down at about the 10 level. You're risking 15, 20 pips, let's say, even if you get in at 40. You're risking 20, 25 pips. So again, there's the level at 40. There's a play up to where? The 29 level. Great trade. 60 pips. Some people make 70 pips. Some people made 30 pips. It all depends how you traded it and where you banked. But in the end, great effort, great trade, superb amount of pips there to be made in euro dollar. Were we looking at euro yen? Absolutely, we were looking at euro yen. Again, this is getting very, very tempting to look at a short play. It's so toppy, but with euro dollar pairing up, euro yen popped a little bit above the 125 level. I think it's just teased people a little bit, but I think this definitely needs to pull back. Look how the gap between the hourly 20 and the 4-hour 20. But again, no trade for us on the yens here. All about trading with trends. Long euro dollar, long pound dollar. Then again, short dollar Swiss. I talked about dollar Swiss. Why do we go short dollar Swiss? Because it's against the dollar on the way down. The short dollar Swiss through that 90 level, through that 16, down to where? The 50-point level. Now it's retraced. Technically it should still go, but now, look, the CCIs are there. The retracement's now on. Yeah, but you need euro dollar to now make that, show that signs of support. The whole thing about today, guys, is these yens. The yens are throwing curveballs, but that's why we didn't trade them. We ignored those. We looked for the trade all against the dollar today. Okay, so Aussie dollar, dollar CAD again, all on the notes. Aussie dollar breakthrough 15, 60-minute 20, right close to us. 65.15, where? Up towards that 35 level. Again, it's only small, but again, 20-25 pips on that trade. Still adds up, trading with the trend. What about dollar CAD? Closed out of this now. But again, getting in on the break of that daily pivot, it went down a little bit, up a few pips, but again, I haven't banked anything, then decided to close out of it. There is support, I know, down at the 24 level, but it just looked like it was going to test towards that 124.10 for a cheeky 25-30 pips. So I got on at break even. It's, nothing trade at the moment. I'm just going to leave it alone. The main thing is you understand what we're looking at here. We're looking to trade with the trend using our 60-minute 20. All the emails I get saying, guys, Dan, I've sussed it. I'm trading with the trend. I'm using that 60-minute 20. He gives me the opportunity to make 2, 3, or 4 trades in the morning. As long as I'm close to that 60-minute 20 trading with him, I tend to make those pips. Think about that, guys. The guys who are doing really well are zoning in on that. They trade the London session, they move on. They don't go and chuck away their pips again. They then come in again for the afternoon session, look for trades close to the 60-minute 20 again, then trade with the trend as much as possible. Yes, of course, there are opportunities, and you think, well, why don't we go short of dollar yen? Why don't we look at short sterling yen? Why don't we look at short euro yen? Yes, you can do. You can try and find the top of the market. The one thing we do know in this currency world is that the market is long of yen. So they're trying to sell out of the yen. So that's why it is very bullish. Let's just look at gold. Again, no trading gold. Again, I'll do my gold report in a second. But again, we spoke about this yesterday. Break of the 4-hour 20. Again, down to the 450. Let's put this on an hourly chart. There's the break. There's the break of the weekly pivot. We spoke about this, or the monkey school guys know about this, at A80. It's now heading down. Just a retracement back on again. Good trade from the break of that 4-hour 20. We tested once, tested again, then broke. But no trade today, because it's too far away from the moving averages. Okay, guys, simple strategy. Let's make it work for us. Get in, get out. The guys who are doing very well are taking these trades. 30 pips here, 30 pips there, spreading the risk, 3 or 4 trades on Aussie dollar, dollar CAD. Just seen Rob Marsh take 15 pips on euro sterling there. Euro dollar, pound dollar. We talked about dollar Swiss. I mentioned quite a few today. Sterling Swiss didn't materialise. It could do later, but it hasn't materialised. So, there's definitely some good potentials there. Some of you took 1, some took 2, some took 3, some took 4. Spread the risk. You make 30 pips on each. It's happy days, isn't it? So, overall, a very good day. A kid in a candy shop, as I said. Some really good opportunities. I'm now going to be patient, go and have my eggs and things, and come back and see how this afternoon session pans out. Definitely going to be watching these yens like a hawk. Okay, take care. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.